So the last time we caught up with you, you were just coming into Kingston and getting used to the system. What do you think some of the biggest changes you've noticed and been able to adapt to are?
Structurally, it's not too different from the Sioux. I think just getting used to kind of new surroundings and new billets and just new teammates, things like that. But they've been nothing but the best. Very welcoming, very open. And yeah, I feel like I've built some really great relationships here, and it's been nothing but a blast. So I'm excited to keep that going for as long as I possibly can.
I saw you on the ice just a moment ago, and the vibes were honestly immaculate. I can just see the blending with the players. You've been in this playoff position before. Is the criteria being checked off?
Oh, 100%. I think we fill every box, and I think everyone wants to contribute and play a role and do everything they can to build towards the team's success. And I think that's what you need to do to be successful. So I'm super excited. This is my favorite time of the year, and it's the most fun hockey you'll play. So I'm excited.
Do you put a little bit more emphasis on playing a certain style of game, or is it just stick to the fundamentals that you have?
I feel like you just build throughout the year. You are your habits, and you are what you are every day. So I don't think there's any switch you can flip on or off. I do my best to be the best goalie and person I can be every single day, and I trust that that'll reflect and show in playoffs, because that's what I've been building towards all year. So,
is there a level of preparation? I know everyone says, "Oh, goalies are weird" and whatnot, and I ask goalies the same question: is there something that you do or you recognize that players go, "Oh, that's weird, man"?
Yeah, I'd say I've tried kind of everything to just get an edge. I feel like some people, tend to think it's weird, but I just really care about the game, and I'm doing everything I possibly can to get an advantage. So our goalie coach started working on visual training. It's called Visual Edge, so that's really helped me out. I do a lot of visualization, stuff like that. Some meditation as well, just to quiet the mind. Juggling, just all the weird kind of
juggling.
Normal
that's a
stuff.
new one. I've not heard juggling before. No,
I think that's pretty common.
I know it's pretty common, but I'm just trying to picture it.
Yeah, just kind of different. I've kind of been doing it since I was a kid, just because you see guys like Carey Price and Braden Holtby and all those guys growing up doing all this different stuff. So you just kind of emulate it, and you learn to do the things they do because you look up to them, and then it becomes a habit, and that's kind of how
I'm guessing Carey Price is someone that you looked up to growing up. Was there a certain part of his style that you tried to adapt into your game?
I love Carey Price. My favorite was Henrik Lundqvist, though. I think he just was so calm and composed in the net, and just really patient, and just played big. I feel like he never looked really panicked. He just really trusted his ability and super patient on the release. So there's so many things I think he did exceptionally well, but I think overall he was just a really cool guy and a great goalie as well. So
as you go and start to replicate that, you have a lot of young fans that are seeing you go into playoffs. They're going into their own set of playoffs. Mm-hmm. If they're going and looking at your game, is there something that you want to walk away? You want these young fans walking away and saying, "I want to try to do that"?
Yeah, I'd say I'm a positional goalie. I mean, I'm almost 6'6", and I take up a lot of net. And a lot of the times, you don't need to move as much as you really think you need to. So I feel like I play my ankles very well and take up a lot of space, and that allows me to kind of always be in a spot to make a save, even in tough kind of backdoor plays or different looks like that. So
you're a big guy, and just the way you're able to go and position yourself on the ice, you're constantly scanning. Mm-hmm. Is that exactly what you're talking about, that visual edge, being able to go and visualize it, know where it's coming, or is it just getting the reps in?
I think it's a combination of everything, honestly. I think the biggest thing is practice. I think that is the number one kind of most important piece, but I think the other stuff is all just bonus extra. So I put all my focus on having the best practice I can have every single day, and then I'll do other tools like yoga or meditation or things like that just to get my mind right. But I also try to just leave hockey at the rink as well after I've done a good day's work, and just kind of be present in where I'm at.
Playoffs can be long. You said, and I've heard the team, the mentality is we're going all the way. Mm-hmm. Does that go and change the way you prepare for one game, or is it still that we're going all the way, but it's one game at a time?
Yeah, 100%, one game at a time, and just checking all the boxes to make sure you're as prepared as possible for the next game by practicing as hard as you can. So that's where my mindset's at, and I've been doing it all year, so I'm excited to continue doing it and keep on growing and learning and improving.
Why is this preparation so important? Where we see a lot of people saying, "Oh, I just want to play, I want to play." Mm-hmm. Why for you is that practice element so crucial?
You don't rise to the occasion, you sink to the level of your preparation. I'm a firm believer in that, and I think when the pressure's on and there's different circumstances, I think your preparation is what you fall back on. So I got my foundation, and I'm very confident in where my game's at, and I'm going to be the best version of myself every day. That's all I can really do.